I'm hoping that this video will raise awareness. I have a very good friend of mine named Faith Green. You might remember the name. She was involved in the Dearborn Heights killing massacre where her ex killed all four of her children, two of his own, and the oldest two were his stepchildren. I'll play the story and then we'll talk. And I failed to mention that he killed his family twice. Watch the story.
One night in 1991, Gregory Green contacted the authorities and waited patiently for them to arrive, where they found Tanya Clayton Green, his wife, who was 8 months pregnant, stabbed to death by her husband. She had been stabbed in the neck, back, chest, and cheek. Gregory was arrested and eventually pleaded no contest to second-degree murder and was sentenced to 15 to 25 years in prison. But then, after about 16 years in prison, he was let out on parole with the help of his family, friends, and a pastor who fought for him and whose daughter Green would eventually marry. Faith Harris Green said that after the birth of their first child, Coy, the man she used to love, was no longer the same person. And that came to a head early in the morning of September 21st, 2016, when Faith Harris Green found herself tied with duct tape and zip ties in the basement of their home in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. She had been shot in the foot, and a box cutter was used to slash her face. Her two teenagers, who were Gregory's stepchildren, were dragged out and shot in front of her. She had to watch them die. The other two children's bodies were discovered upstairs. They were victims of carbon monoxide poisoning. Gregory had suffocated them while they were in the car by putting duct tape over the car's muffler and running a plastic tube into the inside of the family vehicle. He then later brought the children's bodies into the house and placed them upstairs. Authorities say that Green then called 911 and waited for the police to come, just like he did when he killed his first wife. And as he was being arrested, he confessed to the slaughter of his family. At his trial, Faith Harris Green talked to him directly for what might be the last time, saying, "You are a con artist, you are a monster, you are a devil in disguise, and you have been exposed." Gregory Green was found guilty of 4 counts of second-degree murder, torture, and assault with the intent to do great bodily harm. Gregory was sentenced to prison and he won't be eligible for parole until he's 97 years old.
So, since that is my friend and this terrible tragedy happened to her 8 years ago, I'm going to help her and do a podcast to tell her story in hopes that we can help other people that are victims of domestic violence and bring awareness to grief, as I am a end-of-life midwife. Hopefully this will bring awareness. It was a tragic story. So hopefully we can help people that are grieving tragic events and help their friends that are grieving also.